basis, I'll just walk you through orally. All right, I also have sources to all these, even though you don't see them in my presentation, but you'll see them in the paper that will be published after this. So the claim that I'm making in this study is that we in the humanities, we can develop our own software. So the days when we would rely on programmers and people like that to write code for us, and then we do software to bring our own ideas in our heads into being, those days are over. And I'm really encouraging those who are in our humanities field who feel like I can't produce software to know that that has changed or is beginning to change, especially with AI now too. We can bring ideas in our heads if we know what we're doing, look for the tools and actually bring ideas to life. So the walkthrough part of this would be important to me. So I'm just going to go here pretty quickly through the slides and just probably you already know these, that these days technology permeates everything we do, whether you're teaching language, history, it doesn't matter, design. We have to find ways to use technological tools. And then for me, what I'm trying to tell everyone is as soon as you can reduce something to list or to a certain formula or to certain patterns, then you can find a way to bring those into a platform and design software so that you're able to do some of that online teaching and other things that we've been discussing. All right, so skills in software development these days have been democratized. That means it's possible now for anyone to be able to get their hands on these tools. And then with automation and so on, scholars in the humanities can take their own ideas. You don't have to go wait for someone in the computer science department, to build for you, basically. All right. Before this time, tech has been a mystery. We have to wait, as I was saying, to others to come do this for us. We have ideas in our heads, sometimes to beg. I know that before now, I used to have ideas and then somebody will tell me, oh, I'll come, we'll discuss it, and then they never come, or you have to pay me this much. And so I just got tired of that. And that's what made me start to try to explore this whole area myself. And so no code tools these days, or code-free tools these days, they're out there, they're free, they're cheaper, they're versatile. You can make beautiful software, etc., and disseminate your ideas very quickly, or do what is called rapid prototyping in the business world. Bottom line is we can write personalized software to produce our own ideas with code-free tools and make them interactive, providing analysis and visualization and all of that. So we can use, whether we're using forms, we're building websites, or we're building web apps, or we're creating graphics, etc. These tools these days can help us do that. And I would like to know whether some of you are trying this out there, or if you're hearing this maybe for the first time or so. I would like that at the end. So the benefits is that we can conduct research in the humanities, asking and answering questions. For instance, if somebody's in my tomorrow's session, you'll hear me talking about changing news canons into software so we can track the kind of things that we want to study as humanities scholars, all right? Because you cannot go tell somebody in engineering who doesn't quite understand your idea to build something for you. So you can take your own idea and then investigate those areas that are not even obvious to people in other disciplines, that this thing needs to be investigated from a humanistic point of view. Okay, and so we can also then crunch huge data sets. Those data sets, we come from humanities, a lot of writing, maybe you want to analyze a whole book and so on. These days you can do that and get the analytics and all of that. And the benefits is that we can study behavior from a humanistic point of view, so we can draw conclusions, we can operate in our disciplines in the way that other people from other disciplines may not know, and then transform our whole humanities area. We see that humanities programs in different universities and schools are closing down. Enrollment is going down because people think, oh, what are you going to do with your humanities degree? So if we have to start thinking of how to answer humanistic questions with technology, maybe we can help revive some of these programs. So the challenge, therefore, for us as scholars is, how do I take my idea in my humanities space that I work in, all of us, how do I take that idea and transform it in a way that I can feed a computer, talk to a computer in a way that it will understand me to actually produce what I need? And that's why I'm saying, I'm making the argument that these days, especially if you're able to deploy AI technology to power your code-free tool, it even becomes more efficient and more effective. all right, in scholarly work in the humanities and in the social sciences. So I hope that point is clear for us. So you can program here in quotes without code. That means you can tell software what to do in English. You don't have to write this complicated language that most of us in the humanities don't know, but you can give your software instructions in English, and then it's powered by code in the background that will help you achieve whatever goal that you have. So we can build apps using AI. And what that means is you will input something into the AI, maybe text or files or image and so on. And then the AI would spit something out. I think somebody just referred to that a moment ago. If you've never tried ChatGPT or OpenAI, it's out there. But now you're taking all of that and put it inside your own software that you're building. So you are able to give the software your own proprietary instructions. Tell it to do what you want to do, how you want to, maybe your formula that you just finished explaining, Anna, that whole process, we could input it, we could tell the software that with your own special instructions, then you come out with your own tool, which will help you in the future. So it becomes unique to you. It's not just any AI thing out there, but the one that it does it the way you like to do it, just as you just told us a minute ago, for example. Okay, and so that's some of what I would just like to demonstrate a little bit for us as we go up. So my call to all of us in the humanities is to not sit on the sidelines, not be scared anymore, not try to attempt, because these days all this is possible. All we need to do is to skill up. Some of these will take you some time, like me now. This has taken me years. I've been working on this, but it's not as long, and that's because I teach, I do other things. It will take you time, but not as much as if you wanted to go learn JavaScript or C++ or all these other languages. So you can skill up, and then you can code or write your own program or build your own customizable software. All right, so it's imperative that we as scholars develop these needed skills so that we can then be able to explain our humanistic questions the way we like, the way we want. All right, with that said, if that makes sense to everybody, I would just like to take you over and just show you a quick walkthrough, see how far I can go with this, and then I could just call it a day from there. But in the meantime, I just wanted to ask, is anyone here attempting anything like this with code-free software, no-code software, or are you guys hearing this for the first time? Or you've heard that it exists and you've never tried?
I haven't attempted it because of what you described, the investment in having to learn the coding language. So the idea about being able to just use my plain spoken English to do these things is really exciting. And that would make it possible for an artist like me who is not a computer programmer to try that. So it's really neat.
And if anyone is interested, this is something that I'm beginning to get into. My contact will be on everything, and I would like to hear. Renee, were you going to say something? I thought.
Yeah, Beatrice, I used to code a long time ago with Fortran and BASIC and COBOL and the HTML to do the online coding of the classes.
Yeah.
And, now it's like you have software to do that. But I didn't know there was, of course there is AI apps to do that for us. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. Because I think what we're all focusing on is our students have fear, whether it is trying to do the graphic design or the coding or, the online design of a course. We're helping them bridge that gap of getting away from the fear. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys don't mind, I'll just show you here. Just give me time to just bring that up a little bit. I just want to show you very quickly so that maybe it might make more sense when you see it. So I'm going to share here in 1 second. And there are several of these tools. This one that I'm showing here is just one of them that I like to use. Can you see it? This has my screen changed. Okay. And I feel that this one is not that difficult. It's like in the middle between being too easy and being too hard, so that it tests you, but then you can still produce good work that you would like. So this tool is called Glide Apps. They don't pay me. It's just one that I use. So if you see here, you can go here. Once you have signed up for your account, as you all know, your email, that kind of stuff, it will bring you to an interface like this. You will just go do new app, and it will tell you you want to build a basic app or website, because you can go between the two, and you just say create app, and before you know it, you're already in the platform. It's just thinking a little bit. It's starting to do work. And as you can see there, it's already giving you something almost in the shape of an app according to your phone, but also you have the ability to also switch it to web if you want it to be like web based, that kind of thing. So then once you're here, you go into the database in the back because you need the app to be able to remember things. So you go into the back, it has a database, it will store things for you. That way you can come back and remember so that it doesn't keep forgetting, so that you don't have to keep putting things in every time. And then once you're there, I will go back here and pick something that I had pre-planned for us here today. Yes, okay. For instance, if I'm a teacher of marketing, as I said, I teach strategic communication. I'm just gonna guess for all of us that I want to teach review students' resumes, for instance. Okay, let's just say I'm doing a class on resumes. So I'll go in here. Obviously here you can see I have a student's name. The student will upload, say, their resume that they want me to review. This is the student's email. And then here AI will give me feedback or resume feedback. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and go in the front and design. You can see here we have all the tabs that my app would need. The different tabs here on the bottom. This is a tab for the users. Right now I have myself and somebody else in here, but if you had 10 students, they'll all be there. If you had 100 students, they'll all be there. And then here, for instance, this would be where your students, they will submit. Remember that they just submitted their resume here. They uploaded it as a link to you. And then you would now go into your software and give your software instructions, give the AI instructions if you want. And then that's where I will share instructions here with you, possible instructions, just as an example that you could write in order to give your software, your AI powered tool. For instance, imagine you're a marketing professor helping students review their resumes so they get jobs upon graduation. As a professor, I have my specific style of giving resume feedback, where first I give feedback on the structure and format of the resume, then I review the language, grammar, and style. Next, I highlight the skills of the candidate and recommend jobs they could qualify for. Give the resume a score from 1 to 10, and then please include personality in the resume and don't make it stuffy. A student just sent you this resume, please give the student feedback. So that would be whatever your special, like Anna just explained, or even Renee, whatever your rubric is, whatever your thing that you want the tool to do for you, you can give the software those instructions and tell AI to follow your instructions. And then once you do that, now you plug that into your AI tool. Let me see here. I want to go back here. I know I'm navigating through a few screens. Okay. And then this is where now you go back into your tool and you share that. Yes, so that's where this feedback now comes from. All right, the instructions we just wrote, we give it into the tool, to the AI inside our tool. And that's when now when we go to the layout, and then the student submits their resume, and then this would be the review now that you would have been given manually, like to everyone. Right, the AI is doing it from you. It will go to structure and format. Remember, you just said that in the instructions. You'll say the structure of your resume is clean and organized, making it easy to navigate. However, there's room for improvement, blah, blah, blah. Make sure the font and the sizes are consistent throughout. Consider bullet points for better readability, etc. It has given me a score on my structure. As I told it, now it goes and it assesses the format and the grammar. It gives me a 6/10. And then it highlights my skills, just as I told it to. It highlights the skills in the resume. So you've done a fantastic job. You know, your ability for teamwork shines. You know, consider providing more specific examples of your achievement, your proficiency in customer service, problem solving, and teamwork, and so on. Then it gives me recommendations based on your skills. You could excel in roles such as customer service, social media coordinator, marketing assistant. You see, it has just done the work for me. And then it gives me an overall score. And then it tells me my resume shows promise, but there are areas where I could improve. I know that my time is up here. So I just want to stop there very quickly and just show you, these are some of, so if you're a teacher of writing, you don't have to go back and do that every time. It does it according to your style and your tone, and then you can transfer this into other areas as well. So I'm just going to stop there and see what we think.